So 3.5 just came out and Dehya, who has been one of my most anticipated characters since 3.0, is out. However, I'm not going to be pulling for her in this video, and I'll say it clearly that this is my final decision. That being said, I'm not saying she is a bad character by all means, and it's only the first day of her release. We should wait patiently for people to find out more about her utility in the game before coming to a conclusion. I'm still going to farm for her ascension materials as from 3.6 onwards. She's going to be moved to the standard banner and we are going to be able to get her through losing a 50-50. I feel like a lot of people are talking about how bad she is without necessarily knowing how she plays in game right now. And so I'll briefly go over her kit, what sort of role I think she'll perform well, and basically tell you how I think she should be built if you are planning on getting her, be it now or in the future. So let's talk about her kit, and before I start, she is a character much like Nilou, who heavily revolves around HP. Her normal attack is just like any other typical normal attack sequence of many existing characters. She throws punches and uses her claymore to deal physical damage, and you can also do charged attacks by holding it. Her elemental skill is where it gets interesting. Essentially, if there isn't already a field that Dehya creates with her skill on the field, she will put down a field, and if there is already a field created, then pressing E would create a new version of the field at her new position. They have different scalings, but that isn't what you should worry the most about. The field that she creates, which lasts 12 seconds, deals power damage to enemies within the field when your on-field character attacks the enemy every 2.5 seconds. And if your on-field character takes damage within the field, a portion of that damage will be instead dealt to Dehya. The scaling of her skill should be on the screen right now, and you can see for yourself how this damage mitigation, as they call it, performs. Her burst is going to be her main source of personal damage output, and it essentially auto performs an attack sequence for you, and you won't be able to do normal attacks or her skill. Instead, when performing them, they will be converted into roaring barrages, which will increase the attack speed of Dehya's burst attacks. If a field that is created by her skill exists at the time when you use her burst, the field goes away and the final attack of the burst attack sequence will generate a new one. Her passive talents are quite simple to understand, so I won't go over them, but they should be on the screen. Now that we have a much better understanding on what her kit is like, I'll talk about one of her potential teams. So at the moment, we already have quite a lot of defensive mechanisms in the game, like shields and healing, but what her elemental skill provides is something that we have never seen before. And because of how we already have Zhongli, who can provide a seemingly indestructible shield, and Kokomi and other healers who can essentially carry your team through different floors of the abyss, I don't think it'd be fair to compare her to them, since she is the only character of her kind which has this new defense mechanism. At the moment, the only team that I personally feel like she would perform very well in is a Virgin team, and let me explain this. Let's assume that the team has Nahida, Xingqiu, the Dendro Traveler, and Dehya. You would be able to constantly proc Virgin reactions even though her field that she mainly creates from her skill doesn't have a 100% uptime unless you have C2 unlocked. She can use her burst when her field is down, and this will still proc Virgin reactions. Nahida can buff the team's elemental mastery. Xingqiu is still the best Hydro support in my opinion in the game in terms of being a 4-star character, and many of you probably already have him C6. The Dendro Traveler is just a free Dendro character that can be extremely strong when C6 is unlocked. I'd say this team is going to be very strong, and I'll definitely make a video on it when I get Dehya in the future. And if you have any Dehya team comp suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. You can run the new Flower of Paradise Lost set on Dehya, which is tailor-made for a Virgin team as it buffs balloon-related damage by 40% when you have 4 pieces of it equipped. As for weapons, of course her 5-star weapon is going to be the best in slot, but you can still run certain 4-star options, like the Forest Regalia, the new 4-star claymore that you can get from the new Wind Bloom event, and yes, you can finally use the bell on a character and it will actually be decent. Congratulations to the bell for being useful in the game for once. So, in conclusion, should you pull for Dehya? For now, I'd say no, and it's a very strong one at that. To be completely honest, she isn't a game-breaking character, and similar to Nilou, I feel like she's going to be very niche, and she isn't going to be hugely beneficial towards new players. We should wait and determine her value in the game ourselves, because trust me, we'll all eventually get a copy of her unintentionally. In fact, I'll be willing to say that I would much rather lose a 50-50 to her than lose it to other pre-existing standard banner characters. Maybe not Tignari, because I'm still growing on him and I really do enjoy playing him. If you still haven't seen my Tignari video yet, you can click what's on the top right corner of the screen right now, or the link in the description to watch it. That's going to be it for today's video, and if you enjoyed this sort of video with more talking and less gameplay, let me know in the comment section down below as well. Like and subscribe because it really helps me out, and it's completely free. Honestly, I'm not joking. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!